Reports of clearer water at area beaches. We'll hear from some scientists about the likelihood of the red tide returning. Plus, deputies investigating a threat to Southeast High School in Manatee County today, and how Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is working to solve the homeless issue in our community. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening. Topping our news tonight, many beaches up and down the Suncoast have been getting relief from red tide following Hurricane Michael. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live from Sunset Point Beach on Siesta Key with the latest tonight. Rick, the big question is, will it last for us?
Yeah, Jacqueline, experts say we're not out of the woods quite yet, but there were a lot of people at the beach today. Many area beaches is back to normal, at least temporarily. Kristen Bishop is visiting Siesta Key this week with a group from Dallas, Texas. She was happy to see there were no signs of red tide at the beach today.
We are very relieved, yes, and it's clear. We've heard horrible stories about just the smell and the fish being on the ocean, on the beach, and we just haven't seen any of that today. So it's been really awesome.
Experts say although Hurricane Michael did improve things, it did not kill the red tide, and we're at the mercy of the wind. So depending on which way the wind is blowing, we could see and feel the effects of red tide back on area beaches at any time.
It blew the effects of the red tide and a lot of the organisms in the surface water away from the shore. So yes, we did see the effects and the red tide actually leaving the area, but actually just moving offshore.
Garrett Stewart, also known as Captain Planet for the work he does trying to preserve our ecosystems, was the featured guest speaker at this evening's Project Red Tide meeting. He and other experts say chemicals getting into the water are at the root of the serious problem of red tide. There are concerns that it will continue to get worse unless people and politicians take action.
We could find that that storm actually mixed up a lot of the pollution. And then once everything settles back down here in a few weeks and the full moon starts to happen, we could see some more negative impacts. I certainly hope for the best, but it's all about stopping the pollution.
This is just something that whether the wind changes, current changes, tide changes, temperature changes, all of those will impact it. Yes, it'll make it look better, but it's still a microorganism that is there.
Experts say cold weather will help with the red tide, but it won't kill it. Either way, people are thrilled to be able to go to the beach again, even if it is just temporarily.
We just got lucky, so we're very excited, and it's been great. It's beautiful out here.
And for the latest on red tide, you could keep it here or log on to our website at mysuncoast.com. Reporting it live from Siesta Key this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Rick, thank you. While some Florida communities try to rebuild after Hurricane Michael, others are dealing with another problem, the red tide. The algae is moving northward along the East Coast. Indian River is the latest Florida county forced to close beaches because of the toxic algae. It joins 12 other counties under a state of emergency due to red tide. Officials say the beaches will remain open and they plan to put up signs warning of red tide. Tonight, deputies are investigating a threat to Southeast High School in Manatee County. A note was found in one of the school's bathrooms earlier this afternoon, and the school was immediately placed on a shelter-in-place alert, meaning those students could move around campus, but nobody was allowed to enter or leave. While law enforcement investigate, there will be an increased police presence on campus. If they find the person who is responsible, they will face criminal charges. The Sarasota County Schools Police Department will spend tomorrow going through active shooter drills. The training day will be held at Gulf Gate Elementary School in Sarasota. The school district says that training will give officers more practice on tactical procedures and unit processes. All of Sarasota County Schools police officers, sergeants, and regional response teams will be in attendance. Students, staff, and administrators will not be there, however, since tomorrow is a day off for those students. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi met with survivors of the Parkland school shooting massacre. 17 people were killed in that February attack. That group included current and former Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School students, as well as victims' parents and gun control activists. They discussed ways to prevent gun violence, including legislation that would expand background checks on certain gun sales.
Any more days without protecting the lives of our children, of our families, promoting safety in our country. But nobody could say it more eloquently than those who had experienced themselves and the parents of those who are lost to us.
The group also discussed ideas including making it more difficult for domestic abusers to obtain firearms. Well, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. And Bob, tomorrow's Friday. How's it looking for us?
Friday looking pretty good. Right now looking pretty warm. 79 degrees currently at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. We have clear skies. We had a few light showers around earlier this evening. All that pretty much gone now. East wind at 9, and that barometer way up there, 3019. High pressure run to the influence thereof, and looks like it will stick with us tomorrow. That means another hot day tomorrow. Temperatures pretty warm across the state. Still 84 at this hour in Key West. 81 now in Miami, and temperature at 79 at downtown Sarasota. It's 81 now. It's 79 at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. 80 at Mayaca City. 81 in Northport, and the Gulf water temperature now at 84 degrees. And heat index, not a big factor right now, but still into the mid-80s. That's what it feels like out there. So the weather headlines, near 90 again on Friday, close to setting some records. Today's high was 92. And then a weak cold front moves through on Sunday, and it'll cool us down a little bit on Monday and Tuesday. Notice I said just a little bit. A stronger front is due to arrive late in October. Right now it's too difficult to tell if it's going to be the 28th or the 27th, but it does look like it's going to be a rather significant front, which will cool us into the 70s. We'll talk more about that and about the wind flow and how it's easterly right now, which is a good news for red tide, and it's going to stay offshore tomorrow as well. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. As victims of Hurricane Michael make their way back to their homes, many returning to devastation, numerous organizations across the state of Florida are doing what they can to help. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services has 400 personnel working on hurricane recovery, including 155 people removing trees and debris from roads so that people can head back home. It has also requested more than 4 million shelf-stable meals and nearly 400 truckloads of water to distribute. 8 trucks full of infant toddler kits have also been delivered. A local woman is doing her part to help those affected in the Panhandle from Hurricane Michael. Following the storm, Rachel Beeklin received calls from friends and family needing help, so she decided to launch an effort collecting donations from anyone in the area willing to help. Sam's Club is one of the organizations that offered to help and provided her with donations and a truck to transport those items. Word of what she was doing caught on, and more donations started to roll in.
Oh, it's overwhelming. It almost wants to bring you to tears to see how everybody just rallies together for one another, to see that everybody really wants to make a difference. Hey, Bobby.
Rachel will leave for the Panhandle tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, Holmes Beach Police will also be collecting donations for Hurricane Michael victims until tomorrow morning. They're dropping off those items up in the Panhandle this weekend. You can take those supplies to the Holmes Beach Police Department to donate. The Florida Highway Patrol will be looking for those driving under the influence this weekend. The FHP's DUI Wolf Pack will be out in Sarasota and Manatee counties from 10 p.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. Saturday morning. Florida law considers a driver with a .08 or higher blood alcohol level to be impaired.
Hello, we're going to talk about smoke detectors.
Well, smoke alarms are some of the most important things you should have in your home. Sarasota County Emergency Services put this video up on their social media page showing off the new 10-year battery smoke alarms. Firefighters say they should be in your bedrooms, but not in your kitchen because those set off false alarms. If you do not have smoke alarms in your home or you can't afford them, you can apply for free ones through the Red Cross. Sarasota County Sheriff's Department is trying to combat the homelessness issue within the county with their new homeless outreach team. That team is made up of 2 caseworkers and a deputy, and their job is to reach out to homeless people, build trust, and educate them on the resources that can help their situation. The team also works with organizations like the Salvation Army to find beds. Once they help an individual, they also make sure to check up on them.
We want to make sure that we're checking on all of our individuals that we recently brought in off the streets. We want to make sure that they're working towards their goals. We have a case plan for each of them, and we discuss it with them, answer any questions that they have, and we want to see them motivated to do something every single day.
So far, the Sheriff's Office has made contact with around 300 homeless people and have placed 80 people into beds at the Salvation Army and shift programs. The Literacy Council of Sarasota is in need of tutors. Next month, the group will offer training for volunteers who want to share their love of reading with others. Volunteers will receive 18 hours of instruction in 3 weekday sessions. Space is limited and pre-registration is required. For more information, you can reach out to the Literacy Council of Sarasota. 2 Girl Scout troops in Sarasota got the chance to visit a veterinary hospital today. Troops 524 and 504 went to Coastal Animal Medical Center in Lakewood Ranch and were able to see ultrasounds, look at parasites under a microscope, listen to a dog heartbeat, learn about dental health and vaccinations, and much more. These girls were all able to learn valuable information about what vets do and what it takes to become one. Stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus what Sarasota County is doing to help local businesses better understand those dealing with dementia, and why some counties in Florida are getting an extension to their mail-in ballot deadline for November.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
The world is a beautiful place again.
Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Bobby, keep talking about somewhat colder weather coming our way. It might be a few more days, but a good weekend to get out, though.
Yeah, it should be okay. We're going to have some sunshine, plenty of it. Temperatures will still be on the warmer side on Saturday, maybe a little cooler on Sunday. Here's what's going on right now. Sunset, beautiful again. ABC7 Tower Cam getting this as we take you through time there, and look to be just a few clouds around. A gorgeous sunset it was, too. And We had just a few clouds and a few showers, just a few spotty showers earlier this evening. Now, those are all gone. Boy, it was pretty there, wasn't it? Snookhaven, Lynn getting this near Venice and sending it in. Beautiful blue skies and just a few fair weather cumulus clouds. And Terracea, Susan Humphreys, a nice shot. And Siesta Key, Cindy Desmond, the guy fishing right there. We're going to go fishing in just a little bit. Stick around for that. We've got to get through some weather first. High pressure continues to move in here, and you can see all the clear skies all the way from the northeast southward down into Georgia and Alabama. Behind it, there's a little weak backdoor front that is producing some clouds and showers along the northeast coast. We had a little bit of rainfall around earlier today. Not much left of it. It's pretty much gone. You can see Lakewood Ranch getting a brief shower right there near Fruitville and US 41, but it is out into the Gulf of Mexico now. And dry air still around. It's thinning out a little bit due to that frontal boundary, but should not be a big player in terms of bringing us a lot of rainfall. In fact, it will suppress any kind of significant rain as this front that you see right here starts to move in our direction. But then it kind of falls apart. But just enough proximity to our location to bring us a chance for a few showers come Friday evening and maybe a little bit more cloudiness around. Don't think it's going to disrupt anything. Outdoor activities, it should not be a problem. And you see these little lows trying to spin up there. And then all of a sudden this front starts to approach from the north. It'll be in our area on Sunday and cool us down just a few degrees on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Just a few degrees, not much. We're expecting highs tomorrow up near 90 again with a heat index close to 97, 98 degrees. And in the tropics, all is quiet here. The Pacific, I see a little system starting to develop there. This moisture working its way into Texas right now, so no threat of it developing. Well, the forecast models, long range, indicating some weak fronts moving through. This one Monday kind of goes down to our south, washes out, but we'll see some slightly cooler temperatures come Monday and Tuesday. That high moves out and another storm starts to develop next week, but high pressure will dominate the weather over the Great Lakes and throughout most of the southeast. By Saturday and Sunday of next week, this low pressure area right here starts to develop, and we have an attendant cold front. That's the one that's going to move through, it looks like, and cool us down. With highs in the upper 70s and lows into the low 60s, it looks like. It doesn't happen for over 7 to 8 days from now. Well, 91, the high that was well above average of 85, 93 the record. And as far as the rest of the U.S. is concerned, heavy rains continue in Texas, and that's not going to stop either. More flooding issues there. And you can see as far as temperatures go, it's cool tonight in places like Cleveland and Toronto in the 40s there, 42 in Boston. And 49 now in Washington, 50s in Kansas City. So much of the U.S. experiencing cooler temperatures with the exception of good old Florida. 90 degrees expected high tomorrow across parts of the Sun Coast. For boaters, winds will be out of the east. They'll switch around to the northeast at 10 knots. And we'll have a light chop in the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now is at 83 degrees and the UV index at 9. Well, the forecast tomorrow, a play for pink, is at Heritage Harbor. Looks to be pretty good for again, breast cancer awareness, raising money there. We have the big walk on Saturday, and that is going to be fine as far as the weather goes. We'll start in the low 70s, a slight chance for a shower on Sunday, and then we start to cool down just a little bit here on Monday and Tuesday. Things looking better. Slight chance for showers comes Wednesday and Thursday as temperatures once again warm up in advance of that frontal system. Well, it's been hurricanes, red tide, and Johnny's vacation. I haven't been able to get out and do some fishing lately, but just yesterday we did. Here's more. It's been a long time since we rock and rolled on Sarasota Bay. In fact, over a couple of months. Guess who's back? Captain's back. Tell a friend. He could use a few customers. And so are the fish. Chumming up some greenbacks and sardines, Johnny boats a boatload of them. Fishing the backwaters in the bay, Johnny hooks a snook, which busts a move near the boat.
Let them get the fun out of them, let them go right there.
Wouldn't have mattered anyway if it was big enough. All snook are catch and release at least until May of 2019. This fish is always a lot of fun, especially when they're big, and this one was.
Oh man, he's really taking off.
It was music to our ears as this jack put up quite the fight. Captain says the fishing has been good as of late.
Oh, I know, and it's great. I mean, there's been redfish and some mangrove snapper and some snook and some jacks around.
You know it's getting cold up north when you see these guys flying by. The great white pelican, or better known as snowbirds. Hooking up, I have a good time with another huge Jack Crevel that took me around the boat for a spell.
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more.
But this snook, or sergeant fish, named for the stripe, was what we were after, and they were hungry on this day. Captain Johnny wraps things up with a nice catch of his own.
He's going after it. Fish is coming back to life. There's bait, there's fish. All we need to do now is get some customers. Hey, remember, take a kid fishing, because someday they may take you.
Yeah, those guys are really hurting, you know, just like the restaurateurs and the waiters and waitresses out there in the islands. This is a great fish caught. This is a triple tail. That's a good sign. They're usually around this time of year. They hang out and near the crab traps. That's Trade Eats. That's Captain Trade Eats. That's Captain Johnny Walker's grandson right there. And Captain Brian Marcy getting a lot of snook. I had to release all those back. And Magic Sarasota Fishing, Captain Alan Roth on the left there, and his customer catching a huge jack.
Wow.
That's big. Those are big fighting fish, too.
Yeah, impressive. Well, I'm looking so forward to go to the beach this weekend because it's finally nice enough to be able to experience it.
It is so nice to be back out there. I mean, and that's why we're here. You know, that's why we live here.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you, Bob. Well, a Pensacola couple is facing abuse charges after authorities say a child in their care was found on the highway. Leslie and James Bailey were arrested on Sunday after a witness says they saw them chasing a young girl near the highway. The child allegedly told the witness the couple hit her with a whipping stick on the bottom of her feet, causing blisters. A deputy arrested the couple after he saw the child's feet. Florida easing restrictions today on vote-by-mail ballots in 8 counties ravaged last week by Hurricane Michael, while also giving election supervisors more time to conduct early voting. The executive order by Governor Rick Scott is intended to help displaced voters. They will be able to request for vote-by-mail ballots to be mailed to addresses that don't match the voters' addresses in the Florida voter registration system.
We're all on the same page, I think, as far as making sure voters have every opportunity. It's just an assessment of legality and whether certainly a governor's emergency order or executive order would help. That way it gets rid of any ambiguity.
The 8 counties, which have been a solid voting bloc for Republicans in state races, include more than 223,000 registered voters as of August primaries. Roughly 43% of the voters were registered as Republicans, while 40% were Democrats and 17% were independents or registered with third parties. When we come back, we'll show you a scam that the Florida Lottery is warning people about. But first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
New tonight, Kimmel's in Brooklyn with the incredible Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
What could go wrong?
Plus the funny Mike Birbiglia, music from BB Rexa, and there's going to be a Spidey surprise.
I'm not Guillermo, I'm the Spider-Man.
Yeah, this isn't it. Kimmel Back to Brooklyn, new tonight on ABC.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds.
Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Cancer doesn't run in my family. That really was the farthest thing from my mind. I've been an athlete my whole life and I work in sports, so my mindset was just, let's fight. So our stories are all unique, so whatever you're going through, ask questions, get information and be involved. Don't ignore the signs, join the fight. I'm Tony Beasley and I'm a stage 2 colorectal cancer survivor.
A warning tonight for after you buy that lotto ticket. The Florida Lottery is reporting a scam involving the Mega Millions. Scammers are sending emails to the public indicating that they may have won $1 million. That email features the Mega Millions logo on the letterhead. It also says that the recipient was among a group of randomly selected people to participate in an ongoing drawing. The scammers are trying to get your financial information. Florida Lottery players will never be required to transfer funds to secure their winnings. In Sarasota County, almost 20,000 people are living with Alzheimer's. Today, the Dementia Care and Cure Initiative invited local businesses, organizations, and community members to an event aimed at making Sarasota County a dementia-caring community. This includes knowing how to respond to a person with dementia and how to help them complete their day-to-day activities. Organizers say this is necessary for a grocery store clerk, bus operator, and really everyone in between, since people living with dementia still go out in the community and live normal lives. Well, as the holiday season approaches, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is cracking down on shoplifters. This sign now sits on University Parkway near the Tuttle Avenue intersection. It warns drivers of what the Sheriff's Office is calling Operation Sleigh Ride, saying you won't want to take a ride in their sleigh. Deputies are launching a no-tolerance shoplifting campaign as we head into the holiday shopping season. Theft can result in felony charges and years in prison. And speaking of the holidays, the decorating has begun at the mall at UTC. More than 1 million lights and over 66 miles of lights are being put up at the mall. If you connected the lights end to end, it would actually stretch from UTC to past Fort Myers. UTC will unveil their lights on Friday, November 9th for Santa's grand arrival event, followed by a spectacular fireworks show with holiday music. That's a look at consumer news. We'll have your winning lotto number straight ahead.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View.
CrossFit is a new fitness routine that will get you in shape to your very core. I'm Linda Carson. On Suncoast View, we'll try this intense exercise routine that you can now find in a shopping center. We have a fashion show of wearable art and handmade jewelry from a boutique that's popping up all over the Suncoast, and Gold Rush Barbecue is in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, are you planning to dress up your dog for Halloween? If so, bring your costume-clad canine to the city of Sarasota's Barkoween. I can't. Dog costume contest. These Halloween costumes on these dogs are too funny. I apologize. That is actually going to be on Thursday, October 25th at Arlington Paw Park. Dogs will be able to strut their stuff in a judged costume parade for a chance to win some fun prizes. They will be giving away prizes for the funniest costume, most creative, judge's choice, and best overall. That event is from 5:30 to 6:30 again on October 25th at Arlington Paw Park, the Barkoween Dog Costume Contest.
Looks
And
good.
I will tell you, I got my dog a costume. Wow. You'll have to wait and see. I'll post it on social media.
One of the dogs had Mia's costume on already.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I did a sneak preview a couple weeks ago on that. Hot dog. It's a hot dog. It's kinda
I
cool.
love it. Love
anyway,
it.
Good weather for us tomorrow, all warm.
Thanks, Bob. And thanks so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.